So far, Jurassic World Evolution 2 has brought many wonders to our screens, from creatures that flew high in the sky to fierce beasts that swim in the depths below. It feels just like yesterday that we were begging Frontier for the deep-sea creatures and more of our pterosaur favorites, but now, in the glorious 2021, we will be getting these very things. We've already had several aquatic reptiles and pterosaurs revealed to us, but there can always be more, right? In some of my previous videos I had posted before taking my channel down due to the fear of the Kappa backlash, I mentioned, like many before me, the want for aquatic reptiles, scenery items, and even interactable items such as roller coasters or petting zoos. Well, Frontier has definitely begun to deliver in at least a couple of those departments. While Steven Spielberg's shark is no longer the scariest thing in the ocean thanks to our mosasaur here, we have many new creatures coming to the roster, but more on that later. Right now I'd like to discuss the possibilities of attractions such as roller coasters. The need for roller coasters in a theme park full of dinosaurs is really just a given. When you're not struck by awe by all the prehistoric inhabitants of your park, why not be struck with fear as you climb higher into the trees and soar through your park at incredible and terrifying speeds? While the roller coaster was indeed canon in the actual game of Jurassic Park the Game by the Telltale series, I really do feel like a roller coaster should just be a big part of the game. I'm not saying it has to be a create your own coaster like in the Planet Coaster series or the Roller Coaster Tycoon series, but what I am saying is maybe a pre-built one that you can place down, that just something, maybe you can add trees around it, add scenery. I'm not entirely sure if we're going to be getting new types of statues to this game. I know we have planters and maybe we'll gain some fountains, seeing how the picture that the icon you click on when you get into the sidebar is a fountain. I know a fountain is the most generic type of scenery item, but maybe we'll be getting more as time goes on. Time really will tell in this situation. I know the modders have done an amazing job bringing different types of statues and even skeletons to Jurassic World Evolution, the base game, the first one, and I think it's a really good idea that Frontier take from those, because sometimes the modders, just like even a Bethesda game like Skyrim, the modders can sometimes bring the game even further to life, more than the developers who created the game even could. And that's not a stab towards Frontier. Frontier has done an amazing job bringing us some awesome games, but they could really learn something more from their fans, and I think that they've done a great job listening to their fans. They do bring a lot of the dinosaurs and the reptiles that we ask for, and it seems that they really are listening to us, because with this next game coming out, we do have scenery items. We do have, as you can see in the footage here, we have new types of flags. There's footage from I believe it was Best in Slot and the Gaming Beaver, and I believe even Evolution Square, that showed different types of lamps, different types of planters, and all these different things. Really something that you could mix a lot of and make some really interesting scenery. But what more we could use, like I said, statues, skeletons, and this is stuff I brought up in previous videos, and maybe even some of those large amber rocks that you see placed in the front, the downtown section of Jurassic Park, or Jurassic World, the film. You see a lot of those in there. I think stuff like that would definitely benefit, and I do understand that the more of that kind of stuff that they add does take away from stuff that we could have in the living creatures department, but I do doubt that that stuff alone would take that much away from this series. So what I really do think needs to happen is Frontier needs to bring in more scenery, needs to bring in more things. They have benches now. Well, they're picnic kind of style benches with parasols. So they're getting there, and I think that looks really good, and I think you could make some very nice little designed park areas. Maybe if we could get a big statue. Yes, Frontier, I love my statues. Maybe a good statue to put dead center and then put a bunch of benches around it. You could put that by your restaurants. You could do all these things. We got a Spinosaurus skeleton in Jurassic World the film. Why can't we get one in the game? Why not make dinosaur skeletons become available as you 100% the DNA of a particular reptile or a particular dinosaur? I think that would make a good reason to even want to further 100% all DNA. And why even stop there? I do personally think that if you could 100% the entire game, it would give you an amazing option to possibly unlock the ability to play as a dinosaur. And yes, I think that is a big stretch, and that is kind of something that I want to cover in a separate video dedicated only to that specific topic. Coming back to a old rumor that in Jurassic Park Operation Genesis for Xbox, PC, and PlayStation 2, you could enter a particular cheat code and you would be able to take control of a particular dinosaur of your choice. And why, again, I think that that would be something interesting if you could unlock that particular mode or feature by completely 100%ing the game. And just think of how many different stories and how many different small videos, just different projects that people could do using this feature. But again, that is a topic I want to go into in its own video later on. Next, I want to go ahead and just start discussing the next big topic, which would be a potential leak that we got from another footage, and I don't have that picture unfortunately, but it showed a shark fin, or what appeared to be a shark fin. And there's only one type of prehistoric fish that we know that really jumps to mind when you have a shark fin, and that is, of course, the Megalodon. While the Megalodon is no stranger to the Jurassic Park series, more or less it was in the Jurassic World, I believe it was Jurassic World the game, pretty much. It became very late into the game's lifespan, which I think it's still actually going on. According to the Gaming Beaver, I see his videos uploaded, and it's still going on. The Megalodon did eventually get added to the game, and of course, I've been playing a lot of Maneater recently, and my love for sharks has definitely grown tenfold. We've been, again, I mean, really, it is a giant shark, and what more would you want? It'd be the coolest thing to see maybe a Mosasaurus come up against a Megalodon. We've already seen the Mosasaurus attack a Plesiosaur, so we know that they have no problems fighting each other or hunting each other. So I honestly think that the Megalodon being added to the Jurassic World Evolution 2 series and just the roster would be a nice little, you know, middle finger, or the middle fin, I guess you could say, towards that Mosasaurus. A little bit of a payback for eating its smaller cousin. So I do think that having, you know, now that I think about it, we don't even know if larger marine reptiles will be able to fight with each other. But if they can, I would love to see how the fight between a Mosasaur and a Megalodon would go. I feel like it would be pretty gory, or at least pretty close to that. And for your people to be sitting in the stands deep beneath the tank or the aquarium, same thing, it would be amazing to just see the two just come from both sides and collide, and seeing the great white probably just wrap. It's wrap? Yeah, because great whites can do that. The Mosasaur just like get those giant jaws around the, like, what would be the neck of the Megalodon and just twirl like a crocodile, or the Megalodon just get it and just dive out of the water with the Mosasaur in its mouth. All these different possibilities of what could happen. And of course, I'm sure the Megalodon would you know, benefit from the feeding show feature as well. So you'd have a Megalodon eating a smaller shark, you know, a great white, which we know sharks did eat each other. You know, Megalodons did not have a problem that we know of feasting on smaller sharks. It's just how it is. But that is the end of my first video back in a long time. I mean, it's not really my first video. The trailer for the series was really my first video back. But it's good to be back, and I hope that we can pick up where we left off and try and gain our subscriber count back. But more importantly, I just want to have fun. I just want to get back into the Jurassic Park / Jurassic World spirit. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like and comment. Let me know. I want to hear what you guys have to say. And if you're returning to, you know, the channel back from when you were subscribed before, let me know. I've got some friends that I'd love to meet again. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next video.